Hey everyone, and welcome to this video where we are going to take a look at Seven Wonders Architects. This is a game that has sprung from the Seven Wonders game that hit the market several years ago and has been a totally wonder and totally success for everyone to play, actually, from new beginners to seasoned players. This Seven Wonders Architects is said to be much easier to play and it's much faster to play. And this is more of a game you can just throw up on the table and play for a half an hour, an hour or so. Um, so let's check the backside for more information. As you can see, this copy that I have here is the Nordic version, but don't mind that because I'm not going to read any of the languages here. But it's a Nordic version. It's for 2 to 7 players. There is age limit of 8 and above, and it takes only 25 minutes to play. And probably those 25 minutes is if you play effectively during gameplay, not talking and having a glass of wine in between. So, well, the game objective is to build a wonder like this, for example, where you build stages of this wonder, the first the bottom, and then you build up until the top. So you do that by drawing cards from card stacks, and then you see also here on the wonder what you need to build it. For example, here up here you need 3 cards that are identical, and here you need 4 different cards. So when the last player has built or finished their wonder, the game stops. But it doesn't necessarily mean that that person wins, because you have to collect a lot of points and stuff in between also. Well, that's it. I think we'll take a look inside the box. It's kind of a thick box and quite heavy also. And the first we see here is some kind of commercial for Seven Wonders, the original game. And then we have some stickers that I really don't know yet how to use, but probably that will clear. Here are some manuals in different languages. And here we have these punch boards with the wonders, and also with these tokens and symbols and victory point tokens stuff. So first we have the Acropolis, the pyramids. Oops, and all. Oh, I punched that. Let's see here what we do have here. Oh well, let's just check them. The Hanging Gardens, or whatever they're called in English. We have some other great stuff called Seven Wonders. Well, there are 7, and you can be 7 players. What we then have here that is quite uncommon, I think, in board games, is that you have organizers included in the game. So for each player, you have an organizer box where you can put the parts from your wonder and your cards in from a card deck. That's really a nice touch. That's stuff that you usually buy extra and pay often more than the price of the game for. And then you have also the cards here. There should be 235 cards, I think. And those are the cards that you build your wonder with by drafting. Here is the last seventh of the organizer boxes. So that was all and everything inside the game. Let's check out how you play it. When you have organized everything inside the box, the content, in these cute little plastic boxes, then you have 7 boxes, one for each player, and you have one bigger box with everything else that you need to play the game. So I have just picked out 2 wonders here just to show you the basic concepts of play. I'm not going through all the rules, but how the game works. So this is my box that I received. I open it. And here I have the pieces of my wonder. In this case, this is the giant of Rhodos. And you put them with the construction side up. Like this. And then you also have a card holder with cards. And these cards have the symbol of the Rhodos symbol. So these you put on the side between you and the next player. All the players do the same. So for example, this player received the Gardens of Babylon. I don't build it, but I take their cards and I put it between me and the player who sits here and builds their wonder here. So when everything is set up for the players, then you have a card holder with cards on each side of you. Then the general cards, you put them here in the middle of the players. And the cat, at least in a 4-player game, you use 3 doves. And then you have these advantage tokens or knowledge tokens. You take 3 of them and put them with face up. So that's it. Now you're ready to play. The first player takes a card, and they can take a card from their left card holder, or from their right card holder, or from the middle pile. If they by chance have the cat symbol, they can peek on the top card of this pile and put it back if they don't want it, and then take one of the other cards. Getting the cat symbol you do by picking a green card which has a small cat symbol on it. So you pick a card, and then it's the next player's turn. When you have, in this case, to build the wonder, when you have 2 equal cards, in this case, you can build the first block down here. You always build everything from down and up. So for example, if I had picked these 2 cards in my possession, I can pay these cards, put them in the discard pile, and build my first piece of the wonder. And by building this piece, I get 4 victory points for the end game count, and I get 1 war point. These cards, the green cards, they are used to, when you have picked 3 different cards or 2 equal cards with the symbols equal or 2 equal or 3 different, then you can use them to pay the cards and then get one of these advantage cards, which you can read about in the manual what they mean. But they are quite powerful during play, I'd say. Then the third and last mechanic in the game is war. So this is a war symbol. And when you have these symbols on these blocks, they're permanent through the game. Also, if you have picked cards that look like this, that are in these piles, then you can also keep them for the rest of the game. So you collect a base of these kind of points, and suddenly you get a card with this horn on it. And when you get a card with this horn, then you turn one of the white doves to the war side. And when somebody has picked 3 horns collectively, for instance, another player picks one of these cards, and there are cards with 2 horns, then these 2 are also turned. So 3 horns, 3 turns. And when they are turned all red, then the war starts, and you compare how many symbols you have compared with your neighbors. If you have the most, you win and get points. These kind of points. Victory points for the end game. The normal cards without the horn, you keep during the game. But the cards with horns, they need to be trashed. And then you proceed taking turns until somebody has built all of these blocks of the wonder. So, for example, the top cards are often the more difficult to build. In this case, you need 4 different resources. I think there are only 4 different resources. So you need the pergament and these and this and one more. You need them all to pay. But there are also advantage tokens that make you be able to build things much easier. So you take turns until the first player who has built the last top block of the wonder. And then the game ends and you count, according to the manual, you count the end game points. So it's a very easy game to play. It's fast to set up and nice to play with people who haven't got the experience with the heavier board games. And in that way, you can play with. It's very family friendly, I'd say. Well, this was a short walkthrough of 7 Wonders Architects. Hope you liked it. Hope to see you next time. Bye.